me just go out on a limb and say that this is, without a doubt, the best piece of advice ever given to Hollywood.
If you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and f*** off, okay? So...
Perfect. That's cinema. This is, of course, the most famous speech in Hollywood history because, well, it wasn't followed, and often and regularly Hollywood goes and punches themselves in the balls by giving high-minded, virtue-signaling speeches like this one. Remember Leonardo DiCaprio giving a passionate climate change speech.
Making The Revenant was about man's relationship to the natural world, a world that we collectively felt in 2015 as the hottest year in recorded history. Our production needed to move to the southern tip of this planet just to be able to find snow. Climate change is real. It is happening right now. It is the most urgent threat facing our entire species.
Climate change is real. It's the most urgent threat facing our entire species. And this is what the Oscars looked like last night. Pollution, climate change, man-made waste is the most urgent threat in the world. And by the way, this is how I left the Oscars last night. Leonardo DiCaprio was sitting in one of these chairs. Leonardo DiCaprio was there last night. So just in case you're wondering, these people are completely and totally full of it. You'll find further evidence of that, obviously, in the reminder that they don't know anything about what's going on in the world today. Meet Chathadra Shadran. It's a classic British name, right? Born in Scotland. Good old Charithra Chandran. Classic Scottish name, right? Yeah. Man-made horrors beyond our comprehension. Scotsman Charithra Chandran. Who's been in a couple of movies, I guess. Some people like him, some people don't. I don't know, whatever. She has made a big splash by saying that we must demand a ceasefire in Gaza. Little problem with that. There already is a ceasefire in Gaza, and there has been a ceasefire in Gaza for a year. Let's go ahead and check here, shall we? March 16th, 2026, as of today, the U.S. brokered ceasefire between Israel and Hamas in Gaza has been in effect. It's been in effect since, so it's been in effect for 8 months. It's beginning of October. Early phases of comprehensive plan introduced under the Trump administration. The situation on the ground is fragile, but there is a ceasefire in play. Like right now, in Gaza. But if you were to ask Hollywood actresses what they want most in the world, they'll tell you a ceasefire in Gaza. Well, I mean, what if there was a real reporter and he just said, Trump actually gave us a ceasefire in Gaza, exactly what you just called for. Will you thank President Trump now?
I am so blessed to have a platform, and this is the least I can do to use it. And sometimes the news cycle is so fast and people move on, but the people in Gaza and the West Bank are still suffering. So yeah, it's just bringing attention to that. It's an Artist for Ceasefire pin, and what we are demanding is a ceasefire in Gaza. And I think that I am so blessed to have a platform. And
why aren't you wearing a Trump pin? Why aren't you wearing a MAGA hat? Where's your MAGA hat? I don't see any MAGA hat. Trump brought you your ceasefire, your beloved ceasefire. That's what your pin's all about, right? No? I'm not sure she's going to have a very promising career. I really hope you save any money that you're making, although it doesn't look like you're making that much money. How to Date Billy Walsh, Fight or Flight, Christmas Karma. Not great, not a great run. She wasn't the only one, though. I'm trying to pick on her. Let's see what the internet is saying. One Piece actress Sharon Schreiber demands ceasefire in Gaza. There's been a ceasefire for the past 6 months. They're all much dumber than you would expect. They know so little and live in such privileged, ignorant little bubbles, and they should be treated accordingly. They forgot how to give her the new talking points. Actors are literally dumb as shit. Somebody tell her the good news. Hey, Trump brought you a ceasefire and gather. Here's your MAGA hat. This is why you should never listen to any Hollywood actor. They are in some capacity retarded. This is embarrassing. This is already beyond parody. Retard alert. They do not send their smartest. They're not sending their best. Who's going to tell her? They didn't get the memo. Like, imagine if you had an actual reporter there. I was like, hey, there's actually a ceasefire in Gaza. If you win your little war, don't use it as a platform to make political speeches. You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. This is why Ricky Gervais, by the way, when said, repost if you think Ricky Gervais should be hosting the Oscars, Ricky Gervais goes, F that. All right? That's right. Best speech ever given. It's literally the only way I'd watch unless there was a huge amount of money in it for me. Even then, I'd have to think about it. That's funny. So, yeah, ceasefire is in effect in Gaza. This is a fact and something that they should be celebrating, right? Here from NPR. I don't believe you. Well, here's your national public radio, your beloved national public radio. Israel, Hamas, reach Gaza. We're not done with the stupidity, though. Here we go. Celebrities celebrating the Ayatollah and calling again for more ceasefires in Gaza.
War and free Palestine.
Okay. Free Palestine. What about Cuba? What about Venezuela? That's funny. What about Iran? But no freedom for them, though, because it's not the current thing. The message. Here we go.
So that's not the reason, as it was not the reason weapons of mass destruction in 2003. So
Tell me about the pins you're wearing tonight.
what I'm wearing a pin that I used in 2003 with the Iraq war, which was an illegal war, and we are here 23 years after
Pretty big
with
pin.
another illegal war created by Trump and Netanyahu in order to with another lie, which is like to defeat the regime, but they are radicalizing the regime by their horrific actions. So that's not the reason, as it was not the reason weapons of mass destruction in 2003. So, and also the Palestine symbolism of resistance.
Tell me.
I don't know if you're going to get any more jobs in Hollywood, bro. None of it went over very well. It's going to be the least watched Oscars in history, no doubt. And whatever you think about Gaza and the war, I don't particularly like any of it, to be quite honest with you. I'd rather everyone focus on domestic issues and stop with all the quarreling and podcast fights and all this other stuff. It's descent into madness. It's so annoying. It only helps our enemies. But all I'm saying is, like, you should follow the great advice of Ricky Gervais. No, like, they're wearing these giant pins in order for them to go out and be politicians. Go run for office. Go run for office if you care so much about it. Otherwise, shut up. People pay you to act. You're an adult pretender. Nobody believes anything you say anyway. Great life advice from someone who's far more successful than the Ricky Gervais. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.